Hello folks, welcome to the Underground Health Club. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Kasper, and we have a great show today. But before we begin, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Muscle Goat, musclegoat.com. Great flavors, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, delicious, absolutely fantastic, the cleanest protein on the planet. Nothing better. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a goat shake right now. I got this really cool blender here, as you can see, and you can shake it. A little water came out, let me seal it better. Or, I can do it right here. See that? Without plugging it in. It's like an eye blender. So I'm going to have a little goat shake, and I got chocolate in here. You can have it with water, almond milk, whatever you like. Let me taste it. Excellent. Excellent. It's good for my tummy, too. Easy to digest. Let's get this out of the way, and let's begin the program. Another thing I want to do is I want to thank, actually, Central Appliances at 4800 Central Avenue. Those guys really hooked one of my friends up with a refrigerator. So guys, thanks so much. Again, Joe, who owns that place, 4800 Central Avenue, which is Central Appliances. Great place, so I want to give them a plug. Thank you for all you do. So let's begin the program. Last week we spoke about my book, Fire Your Diet. Let me get it over here. And we did not finish, okay? We did not finish the book. And the reason is there's a lot in here. And by the way, folks, if you look over here, you'll see a little mark on my face. My friend Oscar's dog nipped me, so that's what happens. I got a little nip on the side of my nose from a little doggy, and I don't know, maybe if we feed the dog organic food, that wouldn't happen, but I'm kidding. But anyway, those things happen. So I do have a little mark on my nose, just to let you know. So the book, Fire Your Diet, we spoke last week about the government food pyramid, which is a mess. My pyramid, which I know is better. We spoke about water. As well as nutrients in food and protein and why cow's milk is so bad for you and goat's so much better. And today we're going to get into other chapters in the book. So one thing I want to talk about, this is interesting, I'm going to start this way. I'm going to do a little bit different. There's a section in the book, it's called Dirty Mouth. And you're probably thinking, what is that, dirty mouth? Well, nothing to do with profanity, okay? My friend, the great dentist from Queens, Dr. James Kazukian, he helped me with the chapter. And again, it's about teeth. And one of the things about your health and your teeth really matters. There's been studies that show that people don't take care of their teeth and their gums wind up with heart disease because a lot of bacteria gets in there. And people will brush their teeth and floss and use all different products. The issue that I have, folks, with a lot of products is they have a lot, just like vitamins, most vitamins and most foods, too many chemicals and fillers, okay? So when you're buying stuff, and I know a lot of companies, the doctors, the dentists give you free toothpaste. They get it for nothing, I'm sure. But if you look at a lot of these companies, they're made by a pharmaceutical company. They have chemicals and fillers. Some of the things are really bad. They have yellow and blue dye, titanium dioxide. You don't need these things. You don't. But people use them with their kids and they think it works. And it does help clean, but the side effects you don't really need. So I advocate, if at all possible, use clean mouthwashes, clean toothpaste. But again, the more organic, the less chemical possible. And again, my friend Dr. James Kazukian from Queens, New York, who, by the way, owns FireYourDentist.com. Great guy, and he's also a great baritone singer as well. And every time I go home in the summertime to see him, he takes great care of my teeth. He really knows what he's doing, and he explained to me a lot of different things on teeth. There are issues where people have fillings, and people say, take out all the fillings that can cause problems. And there's different theories on it. The white fillings are supposedly better, and then some theories like his are not. But it's a very, very tough call. It really is when it comes to the whole thing with teeth and fillings, because there is mercury in it. But what my friend explained was if you remove the teeth, I mean, it's not the teeth, God forbid, you remove the mercury, okay, that alone could cause a problem. So again, if you have any questions about teeth, look up www.fireyourdentist.com. That's www.fireyourdentist.com. And my good friend, Dr. Kazukian, who is a licensed dentist in New York, knows more about this than me because I need to stay in my lane. So I just want to put that out. There's a chapter in the book on that. So the next thing, too, I want to talk about is recipes and food. And we have a great recipe section in here. It's phenomenal. It also has stuff on not just food that I like. So there's recipes on chicken and meat and different things, even though, again, I'm not a chicken lover because I know most chicken is really dirty. But people eat chicken. I'd rather them eat organic. And I want to give you recipes that make sense for you. And again, I believe in not only, but use organic products if at all possible. So in the recipe section, you will see a number of different recipes for Mexican food. I think we have a couple Asian recipes too, all different cultures in there as well, which I think is great. And you'll see in there, it's so important to use the best products at all possible. So when you're making your different recipes, and it says to use certain sauces and dressings, please read the ingredients on those bottles. And if you see chemicals and fillers, maybe go to a better choice. Okay, and people say, oh, it doesn't matter. Matters to me. It matters to me. So again, look at that chapter in the book, and I think you'll really like it. And there's great recipes for children, adults, there's snacks, so you really like it. And again, that's part of the book, which I think is very, very important. Now, the next thing I want to mention too is, and this gets really heavy, think about raw food. Now, when people talk about raw food, let me explain what that really means. Raw food means uncooked food. Now, it doesn't mean, let's say, sushi. So when people eat raw food, they're raw foodists. They're eating uncooked food, okay? So they might use, let's say, a dehydrator where it doesn't go past 104 degrees. They do a lot of blending, a lot of smoothies, a lot of juicing, a lot of salads. And a lot of times when people have illness and disease, they will go to that route. Now, here's the only issue I have with it. I've done the raw food stuff before. I've spoken at raw food retreats. They're great. If you're going to do these kind of programs, you really got to know what you're doing. And if you're going to do it temporarily, which most people do, and then you go back to regular food, there could be a problem. So be very, very careful. Again, I love raw food. I mean, in fact, I had a lady who was a guest on our show last year, Karen. She's a raw food chef, phenomenal lady. And she owns Vibrance Restaurant. And she made me, on air, a chocolate cake made from a blender with avocados, no chemicals, no fillers, never been cooked. It was delicious. It was absolutely amazing. But, you know, I could eat the whole thing. Should you live on that? No. It was very delicious. So raw food can be really, really great. So anyway, so if you want to into blending and juicing and smoothies, that's great. We have recipes for that in the book as well. But what I'm telling you is don't live on this stuff all the time. All right? There are a few select people that can, but the problem is if you go back at a certain point, your body's not going to respond well. And that's been proven. So I do love the raw food. I love the raw food community. I call it the Rolls Royce. It's a step higher even organic because they never cook anything, okay? And that's how they operate, and that works great for them. It's a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables. So anyway, I just got word from our sponsor, actually the production studio, that we need to go to a commercial break. I'll be back with more. Remember, folks, your health is your wealth, and we'll see you in a minute. Thank you.
Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewnetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
Hello, folks. I'm Dr. Joe Kasper. And when it comes to protein, there's a lot of different products out there. And I'm going to tell you flat out, Muscle Goat protein is the best protein on the market. No chemicals, no fillers. The goats are fed apple cider vinegar in their water every morning. No cows on the property, no cross-contamination. And people who have any kind of health issues can use it. For more information, go to www.musclegoat.com.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For 55 years, people have bought trucks from Tillery in Los Lunas. We have a great selection of vehicles, the quality service department, and some of the best deals in the state. But most importantly, we found people prefer to buy trucks from people who actually drive trucks.
Tillery is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Locally owned and operated, located in Las Lunas, right off I-25, exit 203.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
And folks, we're back. We're going to continue going over the book, Fire Your Diet, 17 Simple Ways to Stay Out of the Doctor's Office. And you want to stay out of the doctor's office, believe me. So put the book over here, and let's talk about a couple of chapters. Last week, I touched on just a little bit with detox a little bit in terms of that kind of thing. So we just spoke about raw food, and the raw food community goes very well with detox, because you ever been to a raw food retreat, which I have. I've spoken to them, and I've been there as well. Amazing places, they really are. They're amazing food. Part of the program is they do a lot of detox, and part of detoxification of your body is doing a lot of stuff, let's say, with the colon. And there's colonic therapists, people do enemas and colonics. Some people go, wait a minute, that's disgusting. It does help some people, folks, okay? And if you look in your research, back up until the 70s, whenever someone did a colonoscopy, they always did a colonic right before. But in the 70s, the government changed that. They had people using a certain powder. And when you go to a doctor and you get a colonoscopy, they say you have to take this powder. Here's the reason why. You're not going to like this. You're not going to like it, but I'm going to say it. My friends who are medical doctors explain this to me. So when you do this procedure, which insurance does cover 99% of the time, they'll tell you to take the powder, and the doctor says you have no choice. If for some reason you don't take the powder and you tell that to the doctor, he won't do the procedure. Here's why, or she won't. If the procedure goes wrong and the powder's not taken, the doctor will not be paid on that procedure and the follow-up to fix it. I'm serious. That's why they always say you have no choice, okay? And I've known a few people that what they've done is they obviously didn't tell the doctor the truth, but they did enemas and colonics, which is kind of pipe that goes in there. It seems kind of nasty, but it helps people. They did that. They told the doctor they took the powder, and they had the best they had the best colonoscopy they've ever seen, the doctor said, because they did that. But when you go to a colonic therapist or you do enemas, okay, you got to do enemas yourself. The colonic therapist, yeah, it's not free. Insurance doesn't usually cover it. And we live in a world where people want insurance to cover. I understand that. But there are great colonic therapists in the city, by the way. And Susan Yarnovich, I recommend, again, Susan Yarnovich. She's great over on Matthew Street, I believe. Fantastic colonic therapist. When I have clients come to town, a lot of times they go to see her because they have certain things going on, and she does a great job with them. Again, that's Susan Yarnovich, or Kukana Colonics on Matthew Street here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. She is phenomenal, and I just gave her a plug because I wanted to. So whenever we hear the word detox, let's go in a little detail. People will say, I'm going on a detox. And they'll go into a store and they'll buy some kind of 7-day cleanse because their friend recommended it. Everyone's body's different. Be careful. I mean, you might want to be a little careful when you do these kind of things because your friend said it. And that box, how long is it sitting there? Is it the right thing for you? What's going on in your life? So be careful whenever you buy something because a friend said it, okay? There has to be some logic to it. Everyone's body is different. And what happens sometimes is people go on a detox or cleanse and they lose weight. And then what happens is they'll gain it back because it's not who they normally are. And I mentioned that I go on my marketing cruise every year. And I'm on my feet for 20 to 21 hours. I mean, I don't sleep enough on it. And of course I lose 5 to 10 pounds every cruise. Do I gain it back? Yeah. Do I need to lose weight? No. Because why? I'm not normally on my feet for 20, 21 hours a day. So if you don't normally do these things and you lose weight, don't be shocked you're going to gain it back because you will. Be very, very careful. So detox, I would go to a health professional. We have great naturopaths in this area as well. I recommend also, she's a nurse practitioner, Philomena Marcus. Again, that's Philomena Marcus. She's also phenomenal and does a lot of things with patients. She's super smart. In fact, we got to get her on the show one of these days. She's an amazing woman. Her husband's a medical doctor, and I'll put it this way. She'll tell you, and he'll tell you, she's smarter than him. They're a great couple. So, again, that's Philomena Marcus, nurse practitioner here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And a great thing, too, is out here, the nurse practitioners can write scripts. They can do so many great things that medical doctors back east can only do. So nurses and nurse practitioners in Staten Island and Jersey can't do this. They can't. They're not allowed. So you guys are very blessed to live here. I've always said this about Albuquerque. This place is so great. I think people who are natives here don't realize You have the beautiful mountains. The air is clean. You know, you don't have the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway or the Staten Island dump I grew up with. I'm sorry to insult my people, but reality-wise is look at this place. You know, don't take it for granted what you got. So anyway, so those are important things I think in life that you should realize. So let's talk about another thing with revolve to the book. We want to also make sure that our body is doing well in a lot of other areas. So let's touch on something real important to me, and that's exercise, okay? And when it comes to exercise, there's a lot of factors. There's so many different types of exercise, and people recommend to do this, do that, and out there we see a lot of personal trainers, and we're going to get some personal trainers on my show real soon. Some people like explosive lifting in terms of strength training. They might want to do kettlebells, and there's medicine balls. There's so many different ways to get stronger. There's yoga, there's Pilates, and one person might say, this is the best way. Is it really? It depends on your purpose, your condition, your age, your injuries. I think I've tried every kind of workout in my life, and I've found two that work great for me personally. Strength training and doing sprint work in the swimming pool, which is great. I use Rio Grande High School. They have an indoor pool, which you don't feel the chlorine, so it's a great place. And my friend Orlando Griego, who actually helped get me this TV show, he's the baseball coach over there. That's Orlando Griego, awesome baseball coach at Rio Grande High School. So their pool, you don't feel the chlorine, and I've done aqua jogging and sprint workouts and strength training, and my muscles feel much better with it, okay? And another thing that I advocate, and it's in the book, and I admit I'm biased to this, is the 22-minute workout. Again, that's the 22-minute workout. And very simple, what that is it's a strength training protocol that I have with DVD, CD, workbook, bands, balls. You can also do it with free weights, machines. It works very well. But here's the thing that freaked people out when I was a strength coach. It's slow strength training. So that means everything is this speed. One set real slow. Like one set, same speed up, same speed down. And I've heard for years strength coaches go, Joe, that's ridiculous. It won't work. You're going to get slow. No. My mom does it too. And the thing I like about it is you're not going to get hurt. Sometimes when people do explosive lifting, they get injuries because they're throwing the thing too quickly. And that hurts just doing that with nothing, with no weight. So you got to be really, really careful. And there's a lot of theories. There's a lot of theories on there about strength training. There really is. And there's really no right or wrong, but what's going to work best. And if you're one of those people that trains so you're really, really sore, I don't teach that way. If that's what you do, that's your business, but I don't teach that way. I don't. I never have. I kind of take more of a physical therapy kind of approach where the whole no pain, no gain, no. I don't want you screaming and you can't walk and everything's sore. No. You're building up too much lactic acid, you're not recovering. So if you're strength training, be smart. I've seen a lot of these coaches overtrain these athletes my whole life, and it's ridiculous. Like, admit, I have a lot of injuries. My injuries all came from playing on the ball field, diving, smashing in the fences, all those things. None of them came because I was, lifting weights too heavy or too quick or nothing like that, thank goodness. So on that note, folks, we're going to go to a commercial break, and we come back, we're going to finish the last segment of going over, let me get it over here, the book, Fire Your Diet, and you're going to be able to get a copy of this for sure. Again, we'll see you in a minute. Thank you.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Hello, folks. I'm Dr. Joe Kasper. And when it comes to protein, there's a lot of different products out there. And I'm going to tell you flat out, Muscle Goat protein is the best protein on the market. No chemicals, no fillers. The goats are fed apple cider vinegar in their water every morning. No cows on the property, no cross-contamination. And people who have any kind of health issues can use it. For more information, go to www.musclegoat.com.
Wondering if you can afford the ring of her dreams? At Crown Jewels & Coin, we actually double the diamond for what you would pay at a chain store. Trade in your old jewelry towards GIA certified diamonds. Choose from a large selection of settings featuring Viraggio. We can customize a design and offer no credit check 2-year interest-free financing. Get more than you ever thought possible here at Albuquerque's family jeweler for over 50 years. Crown Jewels and Coin for all you treasure. 3248 San Mateo at Kruger's Corner.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewnetworks.com to buy your DVD today. Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
And we're back, folks. We're going to go through the last segment of this program, and we're going to hit on a couple more chapters of Fire Your Diet, 17 simple ways to stay at the doctor's office, and you are going to receive a copy of this book, like it or not. Thank you. So, put the book over here. There's a couple more chapters I'd like to go over, and I hope we finish this because there's some interesting chapters. So, one thing I want to talk about, I think is very, very important, is my friend Charles contributed. This book is my book, but I did have some contributing authors. As I mentioned before, Dr. James Kazukian, who wrote Dirty Mouth on dentistry. I had a chef who helped me with some of the recipes. Actually, she actually passed away, the great chef Rachel Montez. May she rest in peace. I want to give a plug out to her. And this chapter right here, it's called My Bank Account Can't Hold Any More Money. And my friend back home, Charles Rowley, he put most of it together. And here's the reason being. Sometimes people out there will come up to you and they'll say, you know, I have a great business opportunity. And it could be any kind of business. And you might say, I'm not interested. So my friend has always been hit with a lot of business opportunities. He's actually a recovering police officer. He was a police officer. Now he's a finance guy and really knows business. He's a great guy and knows so much about finance, more than I'll ever know. So people have always said, what's the matter, Charles? Your bank account can't hold any more money. And he goes, no, it's got too much. It can't. And we made a joke about it. And that kind of left them alone. So when we put the money chapter together in the book, that was the title. It's a great title. And he talks about how he grew up in Brooklyn and situations and how to get out of situations, increase your financial value by doing it the legal way and honestly, and how to make the right investment. So it's a very, very good chapter. In terms of that kind of stuff, I am not an expert. That is not my lane at all, not at all. I never tell people to invest because I don't know what I'm doing in that area. It's just not my thing. So again, my friend Charles Riley is a great finance guy out of Staten Island. That's where he lives now, actually down the block from my mother, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, but he's a great guy. He knows so much. So if you ever reach out, if you want to ever talk to him about finance, reach out to me, drjoekasper@gmail.com. And I will get you his information. You could talk to him. So he knows it's a great chapter on the whole situation about money. It really is. So another chapter I'd like to talk about too is, and this one could take a while, the FDA and the pharmaceutical companies, pure criminals. Hope I don't get myself killed for saying that. And here's part of the problem with that. Okay. The pharmaceutical companies control so much. So when you go to medical school, it's almost always sponsored by a pharmaceutical company. So as the doctors graduate and become medical doctors, the pharmaceutical companies meet up with them, they get them all the drugs they need. Now, in some cases, okay, medicine is needed. I'm not going to say it's the worst thing because that's not true. But we live in a world and society that every time someone, bites a fingernail, they're on another drug, okay? So I have a section in this here in my book called Lumpy's Lipitor Lie. It's a friend of mine I went to college with. And and he knows I'm going to do this, so it's fine. He's been on Lipitor medicine since he was 36 years old. He's way past 36, okay? Because I am 52 and he's 53, okay? So, and when he had a test done and it said he had elevated cholesterol, he went right on the drugs. And I said, you ever go for a second or third test? No, why not? Now, here's my story with that. Back in 2003, I owned a rehab practice called Steps to Health in North Carolina. And we had a medical doctor there, and my insurance, I had coverage for this stuff. I said, let me do a test. My cholesterol was too high. And he goes, Joe, I'm going to have to put you on medication. And I said, no, let me do another test. And obviously, this is years ago, so my knowledge is better now. We did another test. The number was the same. He insisted. I said, no. I said, James, what is the best lab in the state for cholesterol testing? He goes, your insurance will not cover it. And I said, that was not what I said. I said, what's the best? And I paid out of my pocket. So my cholesterol number was 104 points lower with a different lab. So I don't know what to trust. And thank God I never went on medication because I didn't need it. And most of the studies on the cholesterol stuff are really a scam because I know 3 people have been thrown out of that study. Crazy, right? They've been thrown out of the study because if you have plaque buildup, you have a problem. If your cholesterol is 400 or 500 and there's no plaque, no problem. Look at the Eskimos, right? In Alaska, guess what? They have elevated cholesterol. They're not dropping dead every second. So that's one of the major problems. And I've had some medical doctors tell me on the QT, they go, Joe, we have to give this out. We have no choice. So I think Lipitor is a scam. That's my opinion. I said it. So if you want to come after me, go ahead. So that's the best I could do on that. And again, more stuff with the pharmaceuticals. There's people on blood pressure medicine. They're on stuff for the thyroid. If you eat healthier foods, okay, and use certain supplementation, you can help that. But most people run that way, and as soon as they're on a medication, they think it gives them a license to misbehave. You know how many people I know, when I go, let's say, a function like a wedding, and there's all these older people, they're on 2, 3, 4 medications. Of course they're drinking tons of alcohol. Logically, if you're on medication, don't you think that the wine or the beer or the hard alcohol is going to affect the medication? Come on. Use some common sense, people. So that's really how I feel. That's how I feel about this. So, and you'll read more details in the chapter on that in the book. Last thing I want to talk about is probably the most important chapter in the book. You are what you think. So I always tell this to kids and adults. Think great about yourself. Why not? Don't put yourself down. That's one of the problems. If you think great things can happen. Okay? I've been up the down staircase. I've been through a lot of crap in my life. Somehow I always pull myself up. Why? Because I believe I can. And I've had great friends who said, Joe, you can do this. It helps me a lot. So if you got negative friends and negative relatives and a negative job, your life is not going to be great. You might want to fix that. You might want to fix that. So think about that. And is it easy to fire people? No. But I've been there, okay? I've had stuff happen. I've had a bad date or 10, Things have happened in my life. So, again, the book, Fire Your Diet, 17 Simple Ways to Stay out of the Doctor's Office, okay? This is a great book. If you want your copy, all you got to do is go to www.kasperinstitute.com with a K, send me a note, or you can email me, drjoekasper@gmail.com. That's Dr. Joe Kasper at gmail.com. We'll get you your book, okay, at no charge. That's my gift to you. So as we end the program, this is very exciting. I had a great time today. I want to thank the people at Central Appliances. Joe over there, 4800 Central Avenue. Thanks so much for hooking my friend up with the fridge. You're a cool dude. Thank you. And our sponsor for the protein, I got here, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, the best protein on the planet, musclegoat.com. So folks, on that note, it was a fun program. I appreciate you, and we will see you soon. God bless, and remember, your health is your wealth. Never, ever forget it. Bye now.